I'm your host, Matt Hewitt. Today we have the happiest person this side of the nut house, Chris Baud from Deadspin.com, coming to us from North Carolina today. David Avens, of course, as always, from Jersey. And Tyler Inzer from California. Baron von Holtzclaw, Mike Holtzclaw, I can never say his name, Holtzclaw, from Virginia, our St. Louis homie. And, of course, we have the Blue Chipper, the Day Tripper, the Lime Ripper, the man who's going to manage the Lime right-handers to the playoffs due to just him being the king, Steve Butsu. Hey! Welcome back, guys, to the round table. That was take 7 of the intro. Just for all you listeners out there, by the way, you can thank Steve for that. We have no plan today. We have absolutely no idea what the hell we're going to talk about. Actually, that's not true. So it's going to be free form. You know what? We're going to take a page out of the off-topic board, off of the boards on Diamond Mine Online, MagicSports.com, the greatest fantasy baseball site in all of the land. And you know what, Steve? I think this is as good a time as any to make a little announcement here. Tell you what, let's at the top of the show, let us hear from our official sponsor of the show. Are you a baseball junkie? Are you a stats geek? Do you wish you had a baseball game you could play with people from all over the world? Put your managerial skills to the test with Diamond Mine Online, the place to be for all things fantasy baseball. Join classic, single season, and custom leagues to see how your favorite players fare against the greatest Hall of Famers to ever play the game. Visit MagicSports.com right now and sign up today. Your first credit is free, so why wait? Visit MagicSports.com and start playing today. Diamond Mine Online, the official sponsor of the Turnbuckle Bros podcast. So there you have it, everybody. Yes, Diamond Mine Online and Turnbuckle Bros are officially teaming up to do some stuff. Keep your eyes peeled right here to the channel on YouTube at Turnbuckle Bros to see a lot more specific content to Diamond Mine Online and MagicSports.com. So, Baud, The Matrix. Why is it the greatest movie of all time? Let's hear all about it right now.
I would say it's less than the greatest movie of all time. The new, I just watched it today, but I'm a big fan. I would give it a solid, like, what do people do these days? 5 stars? I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5.
That's not too bad. You're talking about the brand new. You're talking about the brand new Matrix movie.
Matrix right? Resurrections. Yeah, I think if you're a fan of the original trilogy, and I recommend rewatching all of it before you see it. And for one thing, I think the original, which very, very popular, right? Everyone loves the first one. There's some controversy over the second and third one, but it's very. I think it's more relevant today than it was 20 years ago. It just kind of hits different. There's a lot of themes that really hit home. I think now. And it's a really fun return back to that, like that world, that universe. And this is not going to be really a spoiler. It's probably the most self-referential movie I've ever seen. It's like it's quite a creative decision they made, and that the movie references the Matrix movies.
Nice. And, show of hands, roundtable. Who has not seen any of the Matrix movies? Oh, Tyler, you haven't seen any? Oh, man, what the hell is going on, man? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Anyways, thanks.
How great is it just to be back in theaters again?
I didn't see it in the theater, so.
Who has been back to a theater?
I have not, but I have been out a few different other places for a while now. But one thing that I did notice is that Bill and Ted's new movie is on Hulu, and I'm totally going to be watching that tonight. I heard it's horrible, but I mean, I still have to see it. I mean, how do you not watch the new Bill and Ted movie, man?
Is Keanu in that?
Of course he is. Yeah.
So far, the off-topic show is the Keanu Reeves show.
Keanu Reeves show.
Dude, I fucking love Keanu Reeves, man.
Here's-
John
here's-
Wick.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I don't know if you guys will appreciate, but like I never really consider it from this aspect. But so Keanu's what? He's half Hawaiian. He's like I am or something at the minute, something like that, or is half. He's pretty Asian, all right. He's not just a white guy. So like, and watching the original movie, I'm struck by. It's not just that Keanu's Asian. The character Neo is incredibly Asian. You know, it's essentially he's a computer programmer by day. He's a computer hacker, drug user, like you know, reserved guy at night who learns kung fu. It's like essentially a very much a kung fu movie, the first Matrix.
The views of Chris Bod do not express the views of Turnbuckle Bros.
So I think that's
Put that
interesting.
out there. That is kind of interesting, actually. It is Christmas time, and so if we, to all of our listeners out there, all 3 or 4 of you, Merry Christmas! Thank you guys for Happy Holidays, I should say, and thank you for supporting the show. And what I want to know is what all of my roundtablers, all of the King's roundtablers, the King's roundtable, want for Christmas. And you know what, Steve, I'm going to start with you, bro. I mean, Steve. What do you want for Christmas this year?
Well, I want the same thing for Christmas that I've wanted since I was 10 years old, and that is to see Bernadette Peters naked. So I'm still waiting. It hasn't happened yet.
I got that a couple of years ago. Oh,
you
it's
did?
so worth it. It is so worth it.
I believe it, man. I've been waiting a long time for that.
There's still
Hope this is my year.
hope.
I hope this is my year.
Hey, 2022.
Ever since I watched The Jerk, I've been waiting.
Bernadette, if you're still alive, I don't know, but the Ripper is interested. Hit us up at Turnbuckle Sports Network at gmail.com. Bod, what would you like for Christmas?
I haven't even considered it.
Gross motherfucker.
I don't know. I need new socks. I think socks are the most underrated clothing. Like if you're ever like feeling down, you're having a long day. If you put on a fresh pair of socks, you'll feel better.
Me and Steve's grandma Mutzi, growing up our whole lives, every year on Christmas gave us socks. Every time.
Sure.
30 years.
Avon bags, but hey.
You're getting an Avon bag. You're like, ooh, this.
I'm telling you, new socks.
Something nice.
So
Socks.
just in the middle of the day, new socks.
Chris, my older son, 24 years old, just started his first job, making a paycheck for the first time, and he's into clothing and dressing nicely. And he was telling me how he went out and he spent like $60 on socks, bought 5 pairs of white Dick's Sporting Goods, bought 5 pairs of the calf length white socks, 5 pairs of the calf length black socks, 5 pairs of the anklet white socks, and man, you put on those new socks and you just feel so good. You can just feel them,
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
It's real. Yeah, it's real.
If any of you diamond miners out there or any of you turnbuckers out there would like to send Chris Bod some socks for Christmas, comment below. I will reach out to you and set that up. So
I want to
get Bod some socks for Christmas.
I want to tell you a funny story. This will be quick. Funny story. I used to have when I lived in New York, I used to have a stylist, a clothes shopper, I guess. It was this company called Trunk Club. They're in a bunch of cities across the country, and they send you a bunch of clothes and you keep whatever you want and you send the rest back. But I would go to the location. There's this beautiful old building in like Midtown Manhattan. And the manager there loved me. She just thought I was like the coolest person. She was like, I don't know. I'm cool. And she would, so it was very expensive. Like I'd buy like a pair of shoes and like a couple of like blazers and some pants. It'd be like, oh, it's like $1,500. I'm like, all right, whatever. This is back when I made money. Anyway, she used me as like I'm serious. She used me as I had these like $2,000 shoes I've worn like 5 times from there. But she would use me as a test subject for her new sales associates. When they came in the interview, she'd be like, all right, so we have this customer. His name is Chris, and he's a journalist, and he plays poker on the weekend. And he likes this. He likes like colorful blazers, and so pick out some clothes to like that he would like, and she would judge whether or not I would like them and hire them based on that.
Wow.
Fashion icon.
Big Triple B. Your new nickname, Big Baller Bod. Oh yeah.
That was when I actually had money. Yeah.
DVD, what is your Christmas wish, my friend?
He's Jewish, I think.
Well, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh, we are off the rails today, everybody. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, there were
I
constantly.
wish that this is the last holiday season that we are suffering through bad COVID.
That is a hell of a wish. Hell of a wish.
Honestly,
Not as good
there
as the
were
Bernadette Peters thing,
not to bust on Matt too much, but there were probably context clues that would have informed you that David is Jewish.
It's, you know,
But you know,
but
the views of Matt Hewitt aren't necessarily the views of Turnbook. I'm sorry, I can't fucking get away with that one there. Oh God.
this is the greatest.
Oh,
part,
David.
Yeah.
Oh, David.
Not a problem, Matt.
No, just okay. Somebody else take over. I'm
Tyler, what do you want for Christmas?
I don't know. My first
he wants to see
reaction is
Bernadette
kinda
Peters
Christmas.
naked too.
Come on.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
It's time to start thinking about it.
It's time to start thinking about it. It's a couple days away.
Well,
All right. If Tyler doesn't know what he wants for Christmas, comment below if you would like to send Tyler a gift. I will hook you up with him. Let it go. Baron von Holtzclaw, please save this question somehow. What would you like for Christmas this year?
After Bernadette Peters naked and the end of COVID, it's kind of hard to top that. I'd like a new collective bargaining agreement
Hey,
Hey,
that's
there you
a
go.
hell of a
Fine,
wish there too.
and socks.
Yeah.
What's up with the socks? I don't even care if my socks match. I just don't give a shit about socks at all.
I've only worn sandals for 2 years. What socks?
Yeah.
You'll feel better. You'll feel better if you wear socks.
You know what,
In
you
New
guys?
Jersey?
On a serious note,
even through the winter.
on a serious
Really?
note,
Outside? You wear sandals and shit outside in the winter in Jersey?
Even in the snow, if I'm only going to be outside for 5 or 10 minutes.
oh my
Holy
God.
cow. The things you learn on this show.
Like I was trying to say is that on a more serious note, what I would like for Christmas is for you guys to check out this next sponsor of the show. He might look a little familiar. He's quite a handsome guy, and you should check this out right now. Hello, everyone. The one and only Matt Hewitt here to tell you that my album Severed Ties is available everywhere right now. You can find Severed Ties and also my first album, See You Down the Road, on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, and anywhere else music can be streamed or downloaded. So check out Severed Ties right now and comment below what you think. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the official Matt Hewitt Artist channel. Adios!
Can I tell you a quick story related to that Giants team?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
when my older son was probably 11 years old or so. He's 24 now. And he went through this weird fucking period where he had this, it wasn't sleepwalking and it wasn't night terrors. I don't know what the name of it was, but he would wake up 3 times a night within the first 2 hours of sleeping. And he would be asleep, but his eyes were open, and he was having this terrifying dream of like like the Indiana Jones, the big rock that's going to crush him. And he would run through the fucking house screaming. And he wouldn't trip over things, he wouldn't run into things, but he was asleep. And it scared the shit out of us. And it happened over and over. And we took him to the doctor, and the doctor said, does he remember it when he wakes up? Is he traumatized? No, not at all. Is he tired when he wakes up from losing sleep? No. And the doctor said, well, don't worry about it. And so every night we would, any of you who are parents, when the kids, you get them to bed and they're asleep and you feel like, wow, okay, I can relax now. Except with us, we would get him to bed and then it would just be like, well, how long before he's running through the house screaming in terror? You're wondering what this has to do with the San Francisco Giants. So this one night, it's just awful. And it's like the third time he's been up and it's 12:30 a.m. and he's running through the house and he's screaming. And I swear I'm not making this up. This isn't a kangaroo story. You would grab him by the shoulders and hold him still, and his feet would be moving and he'd be looking back over his shoulder for that big rock with this terror in his eyes. And you could talk to him and ask him questions, and he was asleep, but he could converse with you. It was the freaking... And so this one night, I'm desperate. I think maybe I can distract him from this rock. And there was a West Coast ball game on TV, right? My son is a baseball nut, but he's a Cardinals fan like me. But he's just a huge baseball nut even then. And he's in terror, and I'm holding him still, and his feet are moving, and he's frantic. And I said, Harry, look. And I'm just like off the top of my head, I'm trying to get him distracted. And I said, look, Harry, the San Francisco Giants are on TV. I'm trying to remember who's their starting rotation. And his feet are still moving, and he looks at me without pausing and goes, Lincecum, Kane, Bumgarner, Hudson, whoever the fifth one was. Just boom, 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 knocks out the five of them. And he's looking at me like, how could you not remember that? He's asleep. He's asleep and his feet are moving and he's running from this rock. But I try to throw him this random question that he can't possibly know, and he doesn't even pause. It was Sanchez. Sanchez was the fifth one. Lincecum, Kane, Hudson, Sanchez, Bumgarner. And I'm like, okay, that's all I got. You got me. I don't have a follow-up question.
Does he know this story now?
He does, and I got all sorts of good Harry stories.
Whatever happened with the running around crazy?
Like the doctor said, it kind of played its course.
Did they have like a diagnosis?
What's that?
Did they have? I'm a psychologist, and I'm like really interested. Was there a diagnosis on that? I've never heard of anything like that.
No,
bizarre.
The doctor, his pediatrician, basically said, it doesn't seem to be affecting him. He's not afraid or traumatized when he wakes up, and he's not tired. He's not losing sleep. You guys are losing sleep. He's not. And he just kind of said, whatever it's, if it's not affecting him, it's going to play its course.
Yeah.
And
how long did it last?
Month or two.
Oh man.
Yeah, wow. It was weird. It was awful because he would go to sleep and it would just, you'd be looking at your watch and saying, well, how long before he's running around?
Hey, when I was a kid, we had some family come over. Matt might remember this. And so we had to get kicked out of our room and we're all sleeping back in like the storage room where like the kitchen pantry and shit was. We're all the kids are on the floor back there sleeping. We're just laying back there talking. We're not asleep yet. And all of a sudden the dad comes walking back in through there. He's asleep. We didn't know it. You remember this, man? He opens up the kitchen pantry, whips out his dick, and pisses in there. We're just all
My
about
brother
the kids
did that to the clothes hamper when he was little.
He was pissed right in it.
On the next podcast, we all tell that story.
Yeah.
I got a better one than that.
There's actually a bunch of stories like that happened to us growing up. Tell the better one.
I'll tell you once. This doesn't piss, but this is okay. There was 4 of us kids that shared a room. We were all boys, right? It was hard to get us to go to sleep at night. We were laughing and shit. And my grandpa Leon keeps fucking yelling at us. He's like, "Shut up! I gotta work in the morning!" Rah! Screaming at us. And we try to be quiet, but the giggling starts up again, right? And he comes up fucking out of his room. He doesn't come in our room yet. And he's like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm trying. I gotta work in the morning. You goddamn bastards need to shut up and go to sleep." Oh, we're trying, man. But,
A million
while later,
times.
Randy farts, and so now we're laughing again. And here he comes. He busts through the fucking door, right? He's got the bathroom light on, so there's like a silhouette of him standing there in the doorway. And he's, okay, let me explain this guy to you. This guy had a giant beer belly. But other than that, he was a skinny guy. Like, he's just basically a skinny guy with a
He's a pregnant
belly.
Man.
Yeah.
He was a pregnant man. Well, when he opens up the door and he's fucking screaming at us to stop laughing and shit, but his tidy whities don't really fit down here. Well, his dick and balls are hanging out, and he's yelling at us. He's like, "Shut the fuck up and stop laughing!" But his shit's flapping around, and we can't. It's like laughing harder and hard. I'm trying so hard not to laugh because my grandpa's pissed and yelling at me, but his dick's flapping around. So, wasn't easy.
God damn it! I told you to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up! We're trying, but we can't now. His dick's out.
Good old Leon.
Good old Leon.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep his dick in his pants.
Leon was a good man.
Poor Leon, man. I was playing fuzzball, which is a Missouri version of stickball, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was in the middle of a serious game. My grandpa Leon falls off the roof. And I can see my house. I can see it. I can see the ambulance pull up. I can see there was a commotion going on over there. But I never went home. I didn't stop playing, and I don't know what the fuck. Man. I don't know. To this day, I still how did I do that? Like, how did I not quit and go home? The ambulance is like, first I hear something going on over there. I'm like, what the fuck's going on over home? It wasn't just me either. It was me, my brother, and two of my cousins. All of us should have went home. None of us left. Like,
all
he was
scared when he
screaming and
died?
stuff. I don't think we even considered anything. We're just like, hey, I wonder what the fucking ambulance is doing there, and that's about it. Nobody went home or nothing.
The game was on the line. The game could not be stopped.
The game was on the line, man.
Tyler's cat just totally made a cameo right in front of this camera.
I thought, you're not gonna believe this. I thought it was a kangaroo.
Speaking of kangaroos,
are we really gonna do this?
Are you gonna make me tell this story, Matt? Are you gonna make me tell the kangaroo story?
Let's do it.
All right, tell the story, Mike.
The weirdest thing happened to me. You're gonna swear I'm making this up, but I swear to God, no, this happened. I live in Virginia, right? And just like a couple of days ago, I was driving a piece of athletic equipment to a high school, and I'm driving down this country road, and I swear to God, I see a kangaroo. I see a kangaroo. It's a kangaroo. It's a kangaroo off in the high grass on the side of the road.
Oh my God! There's kangaroos in Virginia?
In Virginia, right? I don't even think we have kangaroos in the zoo.
What?
That's what I thought. So I pulled over. Okay, I pulled over. There's no one else here. I pulled over and I got on my phone and I'm walking around in the tall grass. It's like up to my waist. I'm walking around in the tall grass. I'm going to get a picture of this kangaroo because nobody's going to believe that I saw a kangaroo in Virginia. And I'm scared to death, right? Because I'm scared of animals. I'm scared of pretty much all animals. But I've got to get a picture of this kangaroo. And I'm skulking around in this tall grass with my phone out, and I'm scared shitless that the kangaroo's going to come at me because I've seen what a kangaroo can do to a man's face. And I finally get there and I see him, and it's a dog.
That is so crazy.
Dog.
Oh,
That is so crazy, Mike.
And
You will never.
a dog does not look anything like a kangaroo. But when I saw this dog, he looked like a kangaroo.
You are not going to believe this. I was driving down the street the other day. I was going to my local elementary school to drop off a wrestling singlet for the wrestling team. Turnbuckle Bros is sponsoring a wrestling team in our area. And on the way there, I'm driving down the road. I look out my window, and I shit you not, there's a kangaroo on the side of the road.
You saw a kangaroo too?
I almost got into an accident. I saw this kangaroo, right? I'm completely freaked out. I live in Illinois. It's like 20 degrees here right now. A kangaroo on the side of the road just hopping along in the tall grass, right? I pull the car over. I'm in a busy street, almost get into an accident. I jump out, and I start running through the woods to take a picture of this kangaroo with my phone. And here's the thing. I'm deathly afraid of animals. All right? And I'm going through the woods, this little wooded area. I'm looking around, looking everywhere, terrified. But I was like, oh, God, no one's ever going to believe this, right?
Right.
And I go, and finally I get to it. It's just a dog.
Oh, you too.
I couldn't believe it, man.
Oh, my God.
Horrible.
That's incredible.
I know.
It is incredible. Anybody else? I mean, it happened to
They
me.
stole my story.
Oh, you want to go ahead? Go
That
ahead.
happened to you.
No point. They must have read my mind or something or another. But it's
The
already
same
been
thing
told.
happened to you, David?
The same thing happened to me, except I think it was. It might have been a
turned out to be
coyote,
a
not a dog. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's
But
a
I
coyote?
just grabbed the other way.
God. It could have been a coyote I saw, too. There's a lot of them around here. Steve?
What about Tyler? Did you, Tyler?
Taylor saw a dog, and it turned out to be a kangaroo.
Yeah, the weirdest thing.
I was driving. I had to take a singlet to a different school, and I look off to my left, and I see a kangaroo doing that kangaroo walk, that slow kangaroo walk over here in a field where there's some cows and shit over there, and it's heading off to the woods. So I have to pull over, and I'm like, I got to get a picture of this kangaroo because no one is going to believe me. So I pull the phone out, and I jump out of the car, and I run over to the woods. And I immediately realized how terrified I am of animals. So I'm like, oh, fuck. What the fuck am I doing here in the goddamn middle of boonies with a fucking phone looking for a dangerous wild animal? And looking around, and I saw it. And it was a dog doing that fucking walk where they drag their ass on the carpet, looking like a kangaroo. Must have had something stuck up his ass. He's just going all over like that. Looked just like a kangaroo. That's my version.
So, turnbucklers.
I got
Who didn't
to.
really-
How about Bud? Has Bud
No,
ever seen a
okay.
kangaroo?
No one's gonna believe this happened to me. It wasn't me. I'm just gonna tell you. If I saw a kangaroo, I wouldn't even get out of the car. Fine.
Bud would just keep driving and go, yo, kangaroo.
Just yell your mom to it out the window and drive by.
Your mom saw a kangaroo, buddy.
Your mom's
All
a
right?
kangaroo. So, turnbuckles, diamond miners, it's up to you. Who did this really happen to? We all told the story. It happened to one of us. Who was it? Comment below and tell us who you think it was. And I'll give you a hint. It definitely was Tyler.
100% was Tyler.
It was 100% Tyler.
Tyler was driving down the road.
I drive all the time.
Yeah. Tyler was driving down the road, thought he saw a kangaroo, and it was really a dog rubbing his ass on the ground.
Here's the thing. If I
Kangaroo.
were driving, I think I'd be the likeliest to see a kangaroo that wasn't a kangaroo.
And I want to give a special shout out. I don't remember your name, but, plugged my album last year. It worked really well. I plugged my first album on the boards, and the Diamond Miners, man, they blew it up for me. That they really did. It was really awesome to feel the love from everybody on the board. So I did the same thing this year with my newest album. And this is what one guy said. He said, "You should stop smoking." That was his comment on my music. You should stop smoking. So
all in favor.
To whoever you are,
raise your hand.
Sure.
All in favor.
If you have anything worth living for, then quit.
The thing is, I don't.
I'll never forget this. I worked with a guy. He was an odd guy. He was a preacher, of all things. But
once again, the views of Chris Bott.
He was a smoker. He was a newspaper columnist at the Asbury Park Press, and I said, we should both quit smoking. He's like, yeah, but the problem is, the thing is that, like, it cuts years off your life, but those are like the worst years anyway. So like,
exactly.
Oh, there. I don't know. I guess
I agree. I agree.
So there you go.
And I'm gonna say this on the show, but I really don't want to grow to be an old man. So there you have it. I'm gonna live my life the way I want to live it, and if that means I'm gonna smoke, I'm gonna smoke. If I'm gonna drink,
I'm hanging on there as long as I can. If I'm 125 and barely crawling out, it's all right with me. I'm sticking around.
Let me check the right-handers. Steve,
I didn't see the video. How's your team doing now? I know you put up a new video.
Let's talk about the
right now. I would be in the wild card.
Okay.
That team is kicking butt, like hitting 320 as a team over the last 45 games or something. After the last, it was 303 when I made the video, but it got better in the last.
Tartable is big.
Tartable.
Right?
Plus, we talked about me added on the chat. I chatted with you guys so many times about what second baseman to add, and took all that advice and I said, fuck that, and I signed George Foster instead. That was like a way better idea.
So
just kept my boy Bobby Morgan doing so good.
The right-handers might actually make it.
I called him a ham and egger. I feel bad about that. I actually feel bad for Bobby Morgan for calling him a ham and egger. And he's got like a 380 OBP.
He's not real.
He's got a 380 OBP for you.
Yeah. It's up there. It's real high.
That's insane.
The guy walks a lot, man.
I know. I've used him. I don't think he was ever even close to 380 for me.
It's Coors Field, though.
That's true.
Right.
Listen,
dude, I really don't want to talk.
We gotta go because Bod is fading. Bod is fading.
Yeah.
The hate is not flowing through him right now.
You ain't gonna fade. Come on.
No, I'm not gonna make it.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
All right, let's go.
All out right there.
I mean, I'm just gonna get tired and bored and log off.
we could all
wander off like an old man from an old folks home.
Yeah.
We could all tell the Kangaroos story, and the viewers have to guess who it actually happened to.
Oh, that's it right there. Let's do that. Yes. They're not going to believe Tyler.
All right.
Are we really doing that?
You don't know, Steve. You don't need to know. It's Matt's show now.
Fucking right.